right, so here we are. Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Odds are in the favor of Izzy, obviously. But how do you guys see this fight going? How do you see it finishing, and who do you guys got?
First, Alex, can you picture this real quick? Imagine Sean Strickland backing up Adesanya, landing shots on him against the cage, and Adesanya's in a daze.
Oh my God.
I can see this happening. There's a small part of me that can see this happening.
Yeah.
As
Flip
crazy
it.
as it sounds, the dude is not going to back down. Like, he's psycho. He's not going to back down from this fight. I just want to see if he can actually put, the way he acts in the press conferences and interviews, if he can be that same guy in the octagon and just march forward and just be a madman in there.
Yeah.
2013. Okay. And I'm in Rhode Island. Okay. So I leave my apartment. I think it's 2013 or 2012. I forget what year. And I go to a bar that shows UFC fights. And at this point in my life, I am dyed in the wool. Just Anderson Silva all day long. I love Anderson Silva. Let me get everything Anderson Silva. He's defending the title against Chris Weidman that night. And also on that card was Frankie Edgar versus Charles Oliveira at like 145 or something like that. Ridiculous fight, right? Unbelievable fight. And I go in there thinking, there's no way. I mean, this guy, he's NCAA, yeah, but he's flat-footed. His strike is not that great. I mean, this guy, of all people, there's a little of a trap fight element to this fight that I could see. I mean, Sean Strickland is that guy where you underestimate him because he doesn't have massive power. He doesn't. He doesn't have massive power, but he's got dogs. He's got dogs in his hands, though. He kind of reminds me of a middleweight Diaz brother in a way. He comes forward, overwhelms you with volume, hits you to the body, starts hitting you with that jab, starts talking to you. When he starts talking to you, it changes the way you're going to respond to the fight. And man, I was racking my brain during this week. What's the path to victory? Because let's be honest, I don't know what the path is, because right now, in my personal opinion, I don't think Izzy is diminished in the way that Anderson was diminished in 2012-13. He had just been through some freaking wars with Chael Sonnen and with a bunch of guys. And after a while, you train to shoot the box. Guess what? Your chin's got to deteriorate. There's no other way. That's how it goes. You have no choice. That's how they train. Manderley Silva's from shoot the box. Literally, he knows one style. It's like bite down on your mouthpiece. And I don't think Izzy is depleted to the point where if he gets caught, he's going to be in big trouble. Man, what if... Okay, let me give you another option. What if somebody like Eric Nixick, who, is Sean's coach and former coach of Ngannou, what if he throws like a banana peel into the cage and then Izzy kind of like slips and falls on the banana peel? Would he have a chance then?
Well,
We also-
Sean Strickland...
Go ahead. You're good, Simon.
No, I was just saying, Sean Strickland supposedly has a black belt. I don't know how true that is. He said he did. So if he does slip on the banana peel, he can hop in guard, or, get side control, go for De La Riva, show some of that.
No, but do you think Sean Strickland's going to go for the takedown in this fight? In honest opinion, no.
Not a chance.
I'll tell you why too. Is because, dude, he has the Australian crowd. Like, you saw the press conference. I mean, they were booing Adesanya on some of the things he was saying. They were cheering the crap out of Sean. Yeah. So when he gets in there, man, with that adrenaline going, and he loves headhunting, he loves to go for that knockout. He's gonna hear the crowd behind him. I think he's gonna be thinking about a takedown. Nah, I don't think so. With that adrenaline coming in.
You better.
But if he wants to try to win and he's composed and he's not getting the crowd behind him, I think he should go and try to shoot for a takedown. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be just like the Paulo Costa fight. I think it's going to be just like that. I think we're going to see almost the same type of fight.
Like levels on display.
Yeah, like you're going to see, like, okay, Sean's closing the distance, throws a couple of jabs, and boom, leg kick. I think in the third round, or it even goes to that third round, we're going to see Sean's leg just bruised up so bad, dude, from those leg kicks. I think that's the thing people don't understand. Like, to get a takedown, you have to worry about the leg kicks as well. Like, that's how Izzy keeps his distance. But I don't know what you guys think about that.
It feels sometimes like with Izzy, he doesn't fight always to the level of himself. He fights to the level of his opponents. And so we'll watch his career and he goes through these different iterations. And, you know, we'll never forget that Yoel Romero fight. That was a tough evening to be an Izzy fan, which, by the way, huge Izzy nut rider. I love him. I think he's fantastic. In fact, he kind of won my respect back so powerfully when he finished Alex Pereira. That was just, wow. You know, to see him come out and do that in that way. And he's being stalked, by the way, and beaten up, even in the beginning of that fight. And he managed to just talk about a counter fighter. You know, he truly is one. But that's my concern with this fight. I would love to watch Sean Strickland come out and go out on a shield and just destroy and just go out and just, either way, either I'm going to lose or I'm going to win, but I'm going to do it on my shield. But I think there is an element of self-preservation that I'm not sure he totally acknowledges. Everybody wants to be super tough guy all the time. He's got a little bit of a self-preservation. If you watch the Cannonier fight, there's a little bit of that on display that turned into a horrible fight. And I worry with Izzy that if Sean doesn't have meaningful weapons that can hurt him, that he won't have any qualms with going in there and winning by an advantage on leg kicks and maybe a couple of moments where he has him in trouble. That being said, is he in the media? I mean, hey, the last week he's been saying he's been training into gi, he's been training nonstop, and he wants to have a submission before his career's over. So is he saying that as a misdirect to keep Sean out of his crotch, or is he saying, you know, legitimately trying to finish you? That's what's interesting, and I think that's what I'm watching for.
Oh, yeah, I think it'll be a good fight. It's going to be interesting to see what Sean does. But overall, the main card, there's not a lot of big names to this main card, but I think if you're actually a fan of the sport and not necessarily a casual, I think it's a exciting card to watch if you're actually like a student of the sport and actually, you know, understand all the skill that is involved, you know, with the grappling and everything else. So I think it'll be a good card that people are sleeping on, if I were to be honest. I think we can have some good fights Saturday night.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna see some good fights. I mean, I think this fight. I mean, what do you guys think will get fight? What fight would get fight of the night? I'll go with the Cop fight. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think they did Santos and Cop. Or if by some miracle Austin Lane and Justin Tafa's chins can hold up, if they just started just banging on each other. But I have a feeling they're going to exterminate each other before it turns into fight of the night.
Yeah. And I think, too, a lot of these guys have something to prove, man. I mean, even going to the deep early prelims, I mean, these guys, like, you know, you see here we have some toss-ups. We can see some good fights from that. Maybe some quick finishes. We got Blood Diamond. Shane.
Yeah, we're going to see if he's improved at all. Blood Diamond, I think, is a second or third UFC fight. I'm curious to see how he's improved, if he has improved. He had a lot of hype his first fight.
You know what?
Yeah.
I noticed there's a noticeable absence on this card of female fights. Am I?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Where's our girl, Jessica Rose Clark, man? Where's she at?
She quit. She retired, man.
Did she?
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
It's over. Well, at least in the UFC, she was let go there, and I think she's going to stop fighting for a while. It's just, you know, you can see some people, man, they get tagged a couple, you know, one too many times, and it's like, you know what? I've been doing this thing too long. I'm good. You know?
Yeah. And she has other avenues of other paths of revenue, I should say. Can bring
That's what you wish.
That episode.
That's why I try to not show my feet on the podcast, because that's my last vestige of hope. If everything else falls apart, if I get unemployed, it's like, that's the last thing I can do fans for.
Well, DraftKings won't sponsor us anymore, dude. So
Exactly. We don't do people who show eat.
Sponsored by OnlyFans.
Brought to you by. I have to do this. I have to pressure you for this pick. Where do you legitimately see this fight ending? I want a main event pick before we adjourn. I want it.
Izzy?
By
The
what?
Izzy fight or just all of them? I got Izzy by. I'm gonna go Izzy KO, TKO.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Third, fourth round.
I agree. I mean, it's fighting. Anything can happen, but if I were to put my money on something,
hate picks.
Izzy's gonna get the finish, I believe. I think Sean just leaves his hands are down way too much. There's not much head movement. He just walks forward, and if guys are aggressive, they usually finish him. But a lot of times, he'll just kind of wilt the opponent, and he kind of just finishes by TKO and gets the punches and volume. I think Adesanya's too sharp. I think he's gonna snipe him.
And they both have a lot of stamina too.
Yeah.
So this could go deep.
That's kind of, I hate to disappoint the world. I have a weird feeling that's going to be a weird, contentious 5-round fight. And it's going to end in a decision. It's going to go Izzy's way. But I just have a feeling that it's never going to get to that point where it's like, finish me or else you get finished. That's that kind of like inflection point where it's either I'm going to get destroyed or you're going to destroy me. Which one do you want? It's going to go one or the other.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's exciting.
It's gonna be a fun night.
Fun night of fights. We hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hopefully, we can do a recap on this pretty soon after. I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Let's hope we do. Hey, maybe a new middleweight champ, Sean Strickland.